Hey everybody, it's Brandon showing you how I am learning how to use the CharaChorder One. So it is the brand new keyboard that promises to have me typing extremely fast. We're talking 200, 300 words per minute, and I'm excited to share with you all what my journey is looking like. Now, if you're in the market to buy one of these, make sure you're going down into the comments in the description. There is a 20% off affiliate link down there that you can use, and that's the best discount you're probably going to find on this device. Now, my initial thoughts or initial review on the CharaChorder One is that, it's a pretty good piece of equipment. It is a keyboard at the end of the day, and so I try to keep it in perspective, but it is an expensive keyboard, which is why you should use that discount code, because these things are not cheap. So you want to make sure if you're getting it that it's going to be quality, and I really didn't know when I ordered it if it was going to be quality, but I can tell you that it looks and feels like quality for the week that I have been using it. Now, one of the things that I've been using a lot is these joysticks. Now, you will see that I'm not calling these keys. One thing that I am intentionally doing is calling them a joystick because it is only the ever so slightest movement in several different directions to make sure that you are able to press in a character, or you can press several of these at one time to get the chording feature turned on. And that's where a lot of the increased speeds are going to come, is when you pull down on maybe two of these at the same time, or 2 letters, 3 letters, you're going to be able to key in a single word with just one press of different keys versus having to manually key in each individual character. So it does allow you to do both, but so far it seems to be working extremely well. I'm also able to easily just plug it in. So this plug here, I did buy an adapter for it. It is a USB-A, but I bought the easy USB-C converter so that I can always simply pop it into my laptop with absolutely no problem. And interestingly enough, I actually popped this into my Android device. I have a Google Pixel 6 Pro, and it worked absolutely fine. I plugged it in and it was off and running to the races with absolutely no issues. So it is a plug and play device that is very easy to get connected and get up and running. The most important question I had, though, when I was looking at buying was not necessarily how great of a piece of machinery is the CharaChorder, but how easy is it for me to learn how to use the CharaChorder? Am I able to sit down, throw my fingers on it, and just start typing? So I went ahead and memorized all the different characters on the CharaChorder. So I didn't mess with any of the numbers or special characters, for instance, but I did do your A, B, C, D, the whole alphabet. I memorized where those were at on flashcards before I actually got the device, and that was my saving grace when the device came, because I was able to put my fingers on it and know about where the keys were. Now, the one program that CharaChorder provides is called Launchpad, and that was the first place that I went to. I figured, hey, if they're making the CharaChorder, hopefully they've customized a keyboard learning tool or typing tool that is indigenous or unique, special to this device and will be more helpful. And so I did start with their first level, which is the is the alphabetic character entry. So literally all you do is it throws out different letters and you press that letter. And it's going to give you all of the different characters. It doesn't go into special characters, doesn't go into numbers. It is just where are the alphabetic characters on the keyboard. Now, if you get these wrong, it's going to show them to you more often. So it recognizes that, hey, you probably don't know exactly where that letter is, and so it's going to give it to you more. When I started out, I started at 3 to 5 words per minute. I've been practicing for about a week now, and I'm already up to about 30 words per minute on just the single character entry. The next level that they have is the amalgamate, which is what I was trying to say earlier, level. And so this one is a really unique one where it's still not complicated words, but what they're giving you on the CharaChorder is common word phrases that you're going to be using. So think of the, con, out, out, ing, those kind of pairings of characters that you're going to see often. And so that for me is really what's helping with the muscle memory, where I'm trying to go from, okay, if I'm talking about doing the V, I've got to do my upper thumb up. It's going from that to just knowing where that character is because I'm getting them in a group. So ing, for instance, has become one that's really easy for me to do because my fingers know when I see ing, I just do this little quick notion and they're all there. I don't actually translate in my head anymore on, okay, where's the key, then press the key. I'm just going right into pressing the key, which is pretty cool. The other tool that I've been using is Keyber. That's Keyber.com, which is a third-party typing software. And I haven't figured out how much I like Keyber at this point. I've heard wonderful things about it, but I am practicing literally the same 5 letters for 30 minutes every single day, and it hasn't advanced me yet. So it uses some kind of fancy, algorithm in the backdrop that says, do they think that I have confidence in knowing where that key is, and am I ready to advance? So I've been using Keyber for about 3 days now, working on the same 5 or 6 keys, and those keys I feel like I've got down pat, especially compared to some of the other ones, which is why I like to go back to Launchpad so I don't forget where those other keys are. But it's got me knowing exactly where those other keys are. The most frustrating thing that I've run into with practicing the CharaChorder has been making my fingers go the direction that I want them to. So for instance, the I is taking the middle finger, and then you're just slapping it over just a little bit in the middle finger. My finger doesn't want to do that, and so I'm trying to practice, how do I just move that finger over so that the joystick takes the I character and puts it onto the screen. The other thing that I'll do often is you've got T and E, which are press down on the T and press down on the E, or move it down, I should say. I will often know that I need to do T on my right hand, but for whatever reason, my left hand is the one that starts kicking in. And I don't understand why my mind does that, but that's one of the most frustrating things. I know where the key is at, and yet for whatever reason, my body is choosing to use the wrong finger. The next thing that I'll talk about is, the device itself is a one-size-fits-all. So it does not come in a small, medium, or large. They're not measuring your hands to see how big of a palm spread you've got. There is one setting or one way that the device comes. And so when you place your hands on here, you kind of have to figure out what that's going to be. So what is the right way for me to do this for me? Because I think that it's going to be different for everyone. So I've really needed to focus on my form because I could tell my carpal tunnel here was starting to act up. I think some of that is for me just being really tense with it and making sure that, I'm a little anxious about hitting the right key. And so I feel like I'm tensing my hand a little bit more than I should. But I am very conscious in making sure that when I have my hand up here, that I am curling my fingers just a little bit, enough so that when I pull these, I am pulling and pushing, I'm not clicking. So they are joysticks. So think of a really large joystick. It is a very small movement to the left, to the right, and you want to be able to do that easily without having a lot of movement. That's one of the great things to the CharaChorder is your fingers don't have to move a lot. And so you want to make sure that you're just working on your form. The thumb is the interesting one because it's going to sit across these 3 different keys. You've got your upper, your middle, and your lower. And you just want to make sure that you're placing that where it's going to be comfortable for you, but you're able to effectively hit them. So I always have to kind of practice a little bit, but you want it to rest on the keyboard in a comfortable position. All right, everyone, so that is my initial review, things that I'm personally working on and how I'm going about learning the CharaChorder. Let me know down in the comments if you're looking at getting this device or how you're going about learning your CharaChorder One.